Atlanta rapper is in jail, and we're learning new information about a raid involving the FBI and the ATF at an apartment complex that he owns and where he shoots many of his videos. News Sharper 2 flew over the scene on Lucille Avenue this morning in southwest Atlanta. Channel 2's Matt Johnson is live there tonight. And Matt, you've learned that federal charges could be coming.
Crime scene tape here is all that's left of the massive raid that rattled neighbors this morning. We've learned that the rapper Ralo is a popular and well-connected rapper in Atlanta. We've also just learned that he owned this entire complex where federal authorities spent hours.
Sirens going off, helicopters flying, and doors kicking in.
Some southwest Atlanta neighbors woke up to the sound of a federal raid at an apartment complex.
It scared me. I jumped up, looked out the window, and seen police is everywhere.
Federal agents from at least 3 agencies moved in at around 5:30 Wednesday morning. News Drone 2 flew over the complex on Lucille Avenue, known by neighbors as Lil Pakistan. Sources tell Channel 2 Action News the raid is in connection with the arrest of Terrell Davis, a local rapper known as Ralo.
Yeah, I want to see him get out, because I love the man.
Haroon Wakil says he's worked with Ralo on community events for children and the homeless. He says he's surprised federal authorities would target him.
The people in the community love him. I've seen guys change their lives just because of him.
Sources say Davis was arrested Sunday at the DeKalb Peachtree Airport, and authorities found a large amount of marijuana with him. Authorities didn't say what they seized in the raid, but friends say they took one of the rapper's Islamic flags. Federal charges are expected, but the agencies I contacted couldn't reveal information about the ongoing investigation.
He's not what people think he is. He's a good person.
Now, we've learned that Ralo was charged with conspiracy to commit a felony initially, but that charge has been dropped. But he still remains in the DeKalb County Jail as more charges are expected. Live in southwest Atlanta, Matt Johnson.
Tonight, a major raid on a southwest Atlanta home, and we now know that house belongs to an Atlanta rapper named Ralo.
Now, witnesses say the feds had that house surrounded. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live for us in southwest Atlanta. And Denise, was anyone arrested there?
Well, I talked to Ralo's sister tonight, who told me several people were taken into custody. All of them have since been released. Now, I do know that Ralo was not here at the time of the raid because he's already in jail.
FBI, GBI, and everybody else out here. And I'm talking about it was like 50 of them. So that's a lot.
The FBI, Homeland Security, Atlanta Police surrounded this brick apartment complex on Lucille Avenue in southwest Atlanta.
But it was just a group of like well-armored officers. So it looked like they were coming to get somebody.
The feds aren't saying why they were here. Fox 5 has learned the complex belongs to Terrell Davis, also known as Ralo, an Atlanta rapper. Neighbors say several cars were hauled off, including a yellow Lamborghini.
Well, they had 2 of his cars. They had the doors and the trunks open, so it looked like they were getting ready to repossess it.
What kind of cars?
One is a yellow Lamborghini.
Ralo wasn't here at the time of the raid. He's been in the DeKalb County Jail since Sunday, when police arrested him on a criminal conspiracy charge. Wednesday night, DeKalb police told us their narcotics unit says the charges against Ralo are now being handled by the ATF because it's a federal case. On social media, Ralo talks about going to prison for dealing drugs when he was younger. In 2016, Fox 5 talked to Ralo after a video of him surfaced throwing tens of thousands of dollars at homeless people.
The type of money we throwing in these strip clubs, the type of money we spend on these clothes and jewelry and stuff like that money can be useful.
And I'm just coming to make sure his place is safe.
Once the raid was over, Haroon Wakil came to sit outside the building. He says Ralo is a good friend.
He's my Muslim brother, and I pray for him, so I know as long as I keep that prayer going, he's going to be all right.
We've learned local rapper Ralo is now facing federal charges after a raid at his southwest Atlanta apartment. Our cameras were rolling today as agents from the FBI and the ATF searched this apartment building on Lucille Avenue. The rapper, whose real name is Terrell Davis, is being held tonight at the DeKalb County Jail. That's where 11 Live's Ryan Kruger is with the latest on this investigation.
Yeah, Vinny, authorities have been pretty tight-lipped on Ralo's arrest ever since he was first picked up on Sunday. And even now, it's not clear what kind of charges he's going to be facing. But we did get a chance to speak with some of his friends, and they're telling us tonight that the man they know is no criminal. If you look at Atlanta rapper Ralo's Instagram page, you'll find several videos and pictures of his yellow sports car. And then take a look at this. Agents from the FBI, the ATF, along with APD, all searching through 2 yellow sports cars at this apartment on Lucille Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. Agents aren't giving details about what they were searching for, but we know they confiscated those 2 cars along with things from Ralo's apartment.
For me as a friend, I don't believe it because I don't see him as the kind of person. I see him as a person to help you.
Harun Wakil is good friends with Ralo. Both of them are devout Muslims, and Wakil says Ralo chose to stay in this small apartment instead of a larger house because he wanted to be closer to the people.
He'll give you the shirt off his back. He's helped me out before. If I'm hurting or something, or if I need some food, he'll come help me.
You never know what they've been.
In fact, we interviewed Ralo back in 2016 after a viral video showed him giving large amounts of money to homeless. It's not clear what crimes the feds are accusing Ralo of committing.
The people can do whatever they want. They can make up charges, but I just don't see him being that kind of person. He helps people. Like I said, he's a good person. He has a big heart.
And Ralo was first arrested on Sunday here in DeKalb County, charged with conspiracy to commit a felony. Now, the local charges have been dropped. That's because the feds have now taken over the investigation. But again, Benny, not clear what kind of charges he's going to be facing in this case. A whole lot for us to keep on working on. Benny?
All right, thanks so much, Ryan.
Massive raid on a metro area home. We have a team of reporters questioning authorities about the investigation and what exactly they're looking for. Good Wednesday afternoon. I'm Craig Lucy.
Hello, I'm Wendy Corona. We do begin with breaking news. A raid involving federal agents at an apartment complex. We've seen the FBI and ATF. Channel 2's Matt Johnson just arrived on the scene, and Matt, authorities are not saying much.
There's still some crime scene tape up from this raid that happened today, but not a lot of information from several different law enforcement agencies that are investigating this. We do know that they were focusing on one of the upstairs units here at this apartment complex. Neighbors and law enforcement are both being tight-lipped, but we were here at the scene earlier today. Let's show you some of the video that one of our photographers captured. We were here at around 11:30 this morning when federal agents raided an apartment. It happened on the 1100 block of Lucille Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. Authorities from the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and the ATF were here to help with the investigation. The exact nature of this investigation is being withheld by all the law enforcement agencies we contacted. They can only say that it's ongoing. But back out here live, we've reached out to at least 4 different law enforcement agencies to try to figure out the nature of this investigation, whether any arrests were made or whether any contraband evidence was seized. We're working to gather more information.
And I feel like I've been throwing money in the club all my life since I was a youngin'. I was selling drugs at a young age. And I used to go in the club and throw my profit, you know what I'm saying, get the females' attention or whatnot. And I was in the club this weekend. I was in a club called Blue Flame. It's out Bankhead in Atlanta. My friend Gucci Man and we was in the club making it rain, and I just wasn't feeling it, you know what I'm saying? I knew that I was making it rain for the wrong reasons, because the females was going to go buy them some tennis shoes or whatever they had to do with their money. So what I did, I kept my money, you did? And I woke up the next morning and I said, I'm finna go give it to all the homeless people. So I made it rain at all the homeless shelters or whatnot. And I was making it rain because I seen the food lines finna like serve the food. So I was like, let me hurry up and go ahead and get on that and go on to the next market. So that's what's been going on, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I prefer and I'd rather give my money to those that's in need, because them people probably needed that money more than anything, you know what I'm saying? You know what I learned about this situation is that no matter how much good you do, they still gonna say something bad about you, you know what I'm saying? And to say to those people is that ain't even the first time I did that and won't be the last. Just because they said something about it, I'm really challenging every rapper, drug dealer, or any dude in the city of Atlanta or any town near me to do a homeless challenge. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they need it more than we need it. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to say what they want to say.